Turning now to a demonstration of how these tools work. I intend to show all the various hammers which are used to create even things such as axe heads. Both hammers large and small. Files that were used to file away steel and to sharpen axe heads if necessary. Or to sharpen, or to file, or to shape nowadays using vice grips in place of tongs for small objects. A smith is able to do heat treating and not have to get close to the hot iron and get a chance getting burnt. Nope, still hot. So those vice grips, modern day versions of blacksmith tongs, are very useful. We have pliers, also another modern day version of blacksmith tongs, to be able to hold small pieces and quench them in water. Very useful and also very utilitarian. Other kinds of files are round files, square files to make square channels in either wood or in iron or in steel. There must be 100 different shapes of files, different sizes, different grips. Turning now to a propane torch, we're going to do a little heat treating with the question at the end of the demonstration of why. That would be the question, is why. So we put on these heavy gloves to be able to avoid getting burnt. Getting burnt is not a fun experience. It happens very easily in this kind of craft, in this kind of trade. To not be burnt, to have one's eyesight, have one's hearing, is an important side result of being careful. Taking a piece of soft iron and the forge in the form of a small propane torch, one's able to bend a small rod of iron. This is just mild steel, and it was used structurally virtually every building that was ever built back in the day, and still is. And by heating the iron, one's able to slowly bend it apart. Ordinarily, it's hard to bend a piece even as small as this by hand as easily as this, but it takes high heat to be able to soften up the metal and be able to straighten it out or even forge weld it to another piece if necessary. So using the strength of a strong blacksmith, one's able to bend a piece of butter soft iron, quench it in water, keeping one's head away from the propane torch. Now try and bend it again. It's not possible. So with a file, this is where it gets interesting. File's characteristics are that when it starts off, it is very tough and brittle. One can't bend it without breaking it. But with the advent of a small propane torch, slowly heating up the middle of that file, you'll be able to see that it's easy to turn it into buttery soft metal. After waiting a minute or two, wait for the right color to come onto the metal. Using your pair of pliers and keeping your hands safe from the flame, you're able to slowly bend it in half. These kinds of properties of metal are important for a smith to know, is how hot to make something before it gets too hot, and then to suddenly, at least in the example used of carbon steel, one quenches it very quickly in water, and then you're able to see what happens next, which is a very important thing to know. Quench it in water. You then take it up, take your pliers, turn off your little portable forge here, and try to bend it without breaking it. Oh, it breaks. The question is why? Well, that's to find out.